Hi everybody, welcome back to the Sew Making It Up channel. I'm Jane.
And I'm Ashley.
Right, we've got some, well, I've got a make. I've got a long anticipated make by me, probably not by everybody else, but by me.
And by me.
And by you.
Just to be supportive.
Thanks. We've got some fabrics and, yes, I've brought some patterns.
I've got some fabrics and no, I haven't made anything. But I did set expectation on our last video that I wouldn't have made anything in between the two.
Some things never change. Actually, the fabrics I were referring to are your fabrics, not my fabrics.
Have you not got anything?
No, I've actually taken a week off. Saying that though,
I'm sure there's some stuff in the post.
Yes.
Isn't there?
I was going to say it's only because they've not arrived.
Because you know what would happen if she didn't order anything? The postal service and Amazon and all that would completely collapse.
Grind to a halt.
God knows what would happen to the country.
It'd be in a worse state than it is already. I'm just trying to keep the...
Yeah, keep it going. Keep
it
the people
going.
in work somewhere or other.
Absolutely. Honestly. Never got this one on video by myself.
Oh, don't go on about that again.
Okay, so I don't know what the hair's doing. She agrees.
Not me.
So the long anticipated make. Yeah, we don't need your input, honestly. It all goes to pot when you're here. Is the Moonwake bag.
Me?
You can't see the really dirty look she just gave me then. So this is something that I bought ages ago, months ago. I'm not going to say years ago, months ago. And I had pattern pieces printed off. I didn't even have them cut out because I was at that stage where, I'm not sure you can see, but can you see how many pages of instructions there are here? And I was at that stage where I couldn't, if it wasn't going to come together in an hour, it wasn't going to happen basically. And the amount of times that I sat down and literally went to page like 2, I went, no, can't do it. It looks horribly complicated, can't do it. Now that I've actually made it, it's not complicated. There are a lot of pieces and a lot of hardware you need to buy if you want it, that sort of look. But once you start sewing it, the instructions are really clear, there's lots of pictures and it comes together really well, and it took me maybe a couple of days, a couple of afternoons to make it. So here is the bag. I'm just trying to show you the best side. So this fabric
They're
again
both best sides.
was it is, I don't know, stand up. There we go. This is some Dior. We'll call it faux Dior. I'm not sure if it's, I'm pretty sure it's faux Dior fabric, and I'm trying to think of the best way of describing it. It's not a tapestry. There you go.
Yes,
it's tapestry fabric that I got from Etsy, and it came from the States. It is about. Why are you laughing? Pull yourself together. It is about £25 for half a yard. I only ordered half a yard because it's £25. And it was enough to make this. I will show you inside. I'm going to grin again. I do stop it. I'll show you inside. It's got like a little.
It's very, very Jane neat. That's what I will say. You need to show them underneath as well. The posh bits underneath.
You like my bag feet. There you go, little bag feet, and it's got the buckles and the rivets and the strap finishing things.
I wonder
there.
whether Evie would fit in there.
Quite possibly. And the original pattern does have 2 side bits, and it's called a crossbody strap.
Oh yeah.
But these are sort of long enough. I'm a shoulder bag girl. Really, I don't do this business, I kind of do this business, and I thought I don't need a longer strap, and also I didn't have enough fabric for it, so that was quite handy really, wasn't it? So nice.
You've used leather on some of the
I've got little leather
loops.
strap loops, yeah, and there's inside the zip surround inside, which I will see if I can put a picture of in here. The pattern says you can't make that out of fabric that you need to hem, non-frame fabric, so I've actually made that in leather as well. I've used leather for that. So it's nice, big, roomy, pocket inside.
So how much do you think that cost you to make?
So I've used some black cotton poplin for the lining, which is something I already had to make face masks out of, so very inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I got that from Minerva, I think. The hardware, it's a little bit expensive, so 25, it is probably £50.
With the not just the hardware.
No, with everything. It's probably about £50, I think.
But I think you would buy a bag like that for more than £50. You would expect to spend probably a good £150 on it.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there you go. And they I'll put the description of where I got the fabric from. They do all sorts of sort of faux designer fabric. The one thing I would say about using a tapestry fabric is, whoa, did it break?
Oh, really?
Oh my word. Yes. So I had to overlock every single piece because some of the straps are quite thin and they were just fraying away. So I would definitely be prepared to finish your edges pretty much as soon as you cut it. So yes, I'm glad I've made it.
Well done. It's very nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I would probably make another one because I do really like the style of bag, but I like it because it's just basically been sat on my dining room table forever, quite honestly. So there you go.
So you may remember on our last video I talked about my initial sewing fascination with linen and how I'd had a bit of a revival of the fascination with linen, and I'd bought the citrus from Merchant and Mills. Well, I've now bought olive.
Let me start calling you Olive.
Lemons and olive. So yeah, this is linen from Merchant and Mills. We talked about Merchant and Mills last time and their website and how lovely and sort of old-fashioned it is. So I did initially look at making this with it, but I don't think I have enough fabric and I'm not sure I have the patience. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. So I have actually bought another pattern online and I cannot remember who it is by. The Fold Line, I think it is.
Oh yes.
The Fold Line, and I'm trying to think of what the dress is called. It's a maxi dress. I think it's just called the maxi dress actually, and the collar bit. So it's sleeveless, long with pockets. It's got slits up the side, but I'm not going to put the slits in. I think I might have to have one up one side because it depends how much fabric there is. So I might be like a pencil if not. But it's got what I liked about it is the detail around the collar.
It's got kind of a cutout. We will put a picture of it in here, so when you're watching this, you'll see the photo of what we're talking about. But it's got a got a cutout?
Yeah, so it goes like this, and then it's got quite sharp sort of like lapel type things. It sounds really horrible.
I cannot wait for you to make this.
Yeah, so I did think that's going to be an absolute nightmare, and I bet you that Jane will be laughing at me about it. But it's sort of like, it's got quite sort of like square cornerish sort of lines. It's quite liney and not liney. Anyway, you'll see in the picture.
You'll see in the picture. So I can't wait for the phone calls. When someone gets really aggravated and says, "What am I doing? Why won't this work? I don't like it."
So it might end up a bit like the dress I showed last week.
I don't think it will, because you've done loads of sewing since then. I think you're going to be absolutely fine with it.
You're just saying I won't be.
No, I'm joking. As long as you read the instructions and adhere to the seam allowance, I think you'll be fine.
You can come as well.
Yeah.
So this is jersey, no, t-shirt.
It is. It's a lightweight t-shirt weight cotton jersey. Yeah.
So it's a little bit.
It's got a very, very slight burnout effect. Very slight.
But I love it, and I have made. I think I went a bit mad and bought probably 3 meters of it for no reason whatsoever.
And it's quite wide as well, isn't it? Cotton
Yes.
jerseys normally are pretty wide.
Yeah. So I've made a bat wing top out of this, which I wear quite a bit, but it's got where my dog sometimes will used to jump up at me. It's got a couple of little holes in it, so really I dug this out because I thought, well, I could either make another one, and I was talking to Jane about making this out of it, but as she pointed out to me, if I'd have read it, it says no stretch fabric, so I'm going to find, I might actually make this dress out of the Lady McElroy that you showed on the last video.
Yes.
The spot, because I think it would look really nice.
Yeah. It would look lovely, and the bodice is lined on that as well, so it will give it some more structure because that's quite fluid, that fabric, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, that would look lovely in that.
Yeah. So anyway, so I dug this out with a view to making this dress with it, but Jane's pointed out I can't. So I will use this because I think it's really nice.
So I'm going to put that there. I'm hoping you can see. It is Maison Fauve. Probably completely trounced the way you say that. I apologise. I'm going to put some pictures in here as I talk about this. Now I've bought 3. What?
2 just wouldn't be enough,
No,
would it?
no, I had to buy 3. Now this is quite interesting. So this company obviously are obviously quite clever. So I'll pop that there so you can see it. Now they obviously do their marketing for the kind of the easily led and weak-willed. So because and I will put some pictures here of some examples.
Why she's been easily led and weak-willed in this case.
Yeah, because they've chosen some lovely fabrics to make these patterns up in, and it makes a massive. I mean, it sounds obvious, doesn't it? It makes a massive difference when you kind of see them made up, but they've done a really good marketing job. So the patterns on here look a little bit boring. But when you see them made up in fabrics, I think they look lovely. This one is called a Blouson jacket. My dog's giving you a bath. A Blouson jacket. Now, this isn't normally something I would have gone for. It's got a nice kind of a shawl collar effect, and the pictures will show that up and down. I'm going to be putting here. And luckily they're English instructions because it's French. So we'll see how I get on with that. I need, as always, I think the hardest bit of sewing is finding really nice and unusual fabric.
I agree.
Because this is quite it's got welt pockets, it's got elasticated part elasticated waist, it's got bands over the sleeves, and obviously the big shawl collar. So it's got some nice details on here, but the fabric's going to make or break this. Quite honestly.
and I think it's interesting you say that about finding nice fabric. I can sit there sometimes, stop licking my hands. I can sit there sometimes and I will trawl, and I know you do as well. You just trawl all of the sites, and there's the same sort of stuff on everything.
So this is the next one. Again, I will put a picture up, and I'll also try, and I'm sorry if this isn't very good and it's driving me a bit mad, but I'll put that there as well. So again, if I just looked at the front, I would have gone, no, that's definitely not for me. But you can make a blouse or the dress, and I will show examples of what has been made in the fabric, and again they look lovely. So
I think that looks amazing.
And
Evie's hair is getting up my nose. I think that looks so nice in the pictures that when you see them. They
because it's got such a big waistband, I think that would actually be really flattering as well. I know it's right up my nose as well. Yeah. So that's that one, and then the last one is this one. Again, if I'd just seen that as the main picture, I would have gone, no, I really don't fancy that. It's got a stand-up collar with some ruffles, and then on the back, there's a back yoke with a binding trim and an opening at the back. Dog's really trying to lick me. And again, I will put some pictures here of the pattern and the fabric that they have made the sort of samples up in. And I'm not sure about the frills around the neck.
I think that'll suit you though.
I'm not a frill person.
No, but you are a neck person.
I'm a neck person. I have a neck. Is that unusual?
So Jane had on the other day when we were at work, we'd been talking about Cluedo, and I said to her I knew that she'd always be Miss Scarlet in Cluedo, and she came on the video and she had a red roll neck on, and I was like, Scarlet today, are we?
It's because I've got a long neck. Yeah, I do normally, things that come up, you know, don't normally bother me because I've got like quite a long neck, but I'm not sort of too much about frills. But we'll see, because do you know what? Before I saw the pictures, the examples, I would have kind of gone, no. So anyway, yes, that is the next one, and the dog's now licking my table, stop it. So, like I say, I've never tried these before. I've got no idea what they're going to turn out like or what the instructions are like or anything. Packaging is beautiful. You were sold just on the packaging.
I know.
It's like, it doesn't matter what's inside, what the pattern was about. The packaging
I was
is
just
gorgeous.
like, oh, they look posh. What have you been buying?
Yeah, they are absolutely beautifully packaged. They are about £18 each from Higgs and Higgs. I'll put all the details in the description of the video if you want to go and have a look. Now, I do have to say, we were having a look earlier because I was showing you the examples of them when they're made up. Most of the ones I've bought are sold out. They've got a fair old range of, I think they've got coats, tops, dresses and trousers. So when we looked at them, there was, you know, still quite a few different examples left on there. So if you fancy something different, I would, you know, recommend you at least go and have a look at that. So there you go. Okay, so I think that's it for this week, isn't it?
Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. You usually say about that thing on the corner.
So professional. If you've liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. That would be brilliant. And if you haven't subscribed yet, if you want to subscribe so you get notification of our next videos, that would be fantastic. And there should be a little notification bell as well when you subscribe. Okay. So if you hit the bell as well, you'll get a notification of our next video. We normally do them every week. It does vary from a Friday to a Monday, depending on how much time we have. But we will be back next week with some more makes. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.